Hello and welcome to the final episode of Timebomb, the Kylie album Showdown podcast. As always, I'm joined with Alan and Gary, my fellow hosts. How are you two doing? You excited?
I'm so excited.
Very, very good. You excited, Alan?
I'm really excited, actually. Yeah, I've got a mixture of emotions. I'm really looking forward to just, finally deciding on a group of us deciding on what we're going to, call the winner. We're about to crown what we consider to be the best Kylie Minogue album. I better introduce our guests tonight, I suppose.
Go for it.
I'll introduce my friend.
Go for
This
it.
is my friend James. And James, you might remember if you're an avid fan of the podcast, he talked about Impossible Princess maybe 5 episodes back or something like that, I think. So James has agreed to come on, and this is James. So he's from Australia, but now living in Norwich. So would you like to say hello to everybody, James?
G'day everyone. My name's James. I'm here as the token Australian because I don't know any other Australian people. And I have been a Kylie fan for most of my life because, she just was ubiquitous like sun cancer in Australia. So, yeah.
So thanks, James, for coming on. And James is going to help us decide which album wins.
I also have a guest tonight. I have invited a very special guest to come and join us. And it's the biggest super fan of this podcast. And the reason that Stephen gets the title of super fan is that he's the only person who's ever recognized one of us in public ever. I think we mentioned this on about 5 episodes of this series, but I was on holidays in Torremolinos, and we were quite drunk. And Stephen came up to me and went, "Are you on a podcast?" And my life was made. And he had to come and join me as my special guest for the final. He's a massive Kylie fan. He has a Kylie tattoo. Big up, everyone. It's Stephen. Welcome to the podcast.
Hey, hiya.
How you doing?
Yeah, Gary pretends I'm his biggest fan. I just went, "Do you present a podcast?" All right, then. Hi. See you later.
Me and you remember that night, Stephen, is very different, but I actually remember that it was more me than you. Definitely once you said you recognized me.
Sounds about right.
I was starstruck of myself, and I text Alan and Elliot like within 30 seconds, and I think I told everybody that night outside the Eagle Bar in Torremolinos that
I think you were also
recognized.
way more pissed than I was as well.
Stephen, tell us about your Kylie fandom. Why are you such a Kylie fan? How long have you been a fan for?
Yes.
I remember as a kid, I had all of the albums on cassette, but my first CD was KM94, and that is the one that will live in my heart forever. So I was gutted when that one went.
Oh,
But yeah.
So was I, Stephen. So was I.
And then Fever
Blame
Tour was
Elliot.
my first tour, and I've been every tour since.
Yeah, just remember that,
Where did
Stephen,
you-
and to all the other people watching, Elliot decides. So don't come after me and Gary. Come after Elliot.
Actually,
Okay.
hold on. Let's wind this back. It's not just that. It's also how you guys built your
comeback.
arguments.
Good comeback. Got me.
Which,
Right.
if we're being honest, it's usually been my album that's won because I am superior than Alan at this podcast.
I know that's a stone cold lie. I think I won if you did well in the second round. Okay, I'll give you that.
I think all it says is you can talk more shit.
Yeah,
I can. Yeah,
well,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
no, that's true. I think we're level pegging on that we can talk shit about Kylie Minogue, aren't we? We're kind of
We're 100%.
we're both
and-
up to
and the-
100%.
The litmus
That is
test every
good.
episode so far as we have been sober, but tonight we're all not going to be sober. Our guests are already on the Kylie wine. I mean,
Bottle two
hello
for me.
there, James and Stephen. Elliot's on his Kylie wine. Alan, what have you got? What bottle have
I
you
have
got?
rosé. I'm super gay. I've gone for the rosé.
You were such a gay. What have you
Yes, I'm
got,
so gay.
James? James, what are
I
you
have
on?
the Sauv Blanc from Kylie because
She's a Savvy Blanc
white
girl.
wine at Christmas isn't a very Australian thing to have. So
It's true. Board shorts and white wine. Stephen, what are you on?
Prosecco.
Kylie Prosec.
Nice choice.
Love it. Elliot, what are you on?
Just the white, glamorous.
I'm not sure if I've mentioned on any episode, but I live in Spain. I don't know if I've ever
Grass.
mentioned
Oh my goodness.
this. Yeah,
God,
And
really? Wow.
I do. Yeah, there's really one bad thing about living in Spain is you cannot get Kylie wine out here. It's just impossible. But I have got a very special box of Kylie Minogue. If anyone is watching on camera, I have a very special box of Kylie Minogue wine, and I have a very. This is our guests haven't seen this yet, but this is a really exclusive bottle. Firstly, I also have a Kylie Minogue bottle opener. Can anyone see that to camera? There you go. It has Kylie written on it. This is like it's a limited edition bottle just for me in Spain, and it is basically just a bottle of wine with a sticker on it that says Kylie.
Did Neil do
Oh,
that for you?
good. I had
Yeah,
to go
my
to an
husband did
Asda.
this for me.
Not very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
because you
like-
can work the printer.
He's very good. Do you remember he also made you a hanger and just wrote Kylie Minogue on the hanger because she was trying to charge £19 for a set of hangers on her website, the cheeky cow.
Yes.
That
So,
was the
yeah.
reference point for why I said to him tonight that he needed to write Kylie on the bottle, because I was like, remember you did the hanger for me and you were a master at that and saved me a fortune because I just got an IKEA hanger and wrote Kylie on it rather than spending 20 quid on a hanger in the tension pop-up shop. I mean, Stephen, you probably have them to be.
I don't have a hanger. Hang on.
What does he have though?
What do you have? Wow.
Look at
What
he's
is in
got
the
some
tension
more
box?
Oh, yeah. I've got one of
vinyls.
those. Yeah. Yeah.
And
When are you going to show us
Is
your
that a
box?
test
though?
pressing?
test pressing.
Very
Nice.
nice.
Okay. I think we may have found a rival for you, Gary, I think, in the Kylie stakes. I think we
Gary's
found a rival.
seething. I can see
I
you
didn't
as you're
think it was
twisting the
possible.
wine
Yeah.
opener.
Get off
See,
the
he's getting
fucking
more and more
podcast, Stephen.
angry.
I invited you on as my number one fan, not to come and show me up, for God's
yeah.
sake.
Now Stephen is going to
You-
take over.
You've all seen this, though, yeah? Just reminding you.
Piss off. Piss off.
Anyway, should we do a chin chin? Happy Christmas,
Hang on,
everybody.
I need to pour it. Hang on, wait. I haven't poured my
Wait.
exclusive wine. Yes,
Just drink it from the bottle.
that
Swig.
one classy.
Right,
Happy
let's-
Christmas,
Cheers,
everyone.
Happy
Yes.
Christmas to
Cheers.
Timebomb.
Thank you for coming the whole way with us. You know what, though? Can we just talk about the fact that it's very likely at midnight tonight that she's going to have her 12th? Am I right? Is it 8th, 9th? I'm going to say
Lots.
11. She's going to have another number one album. Can you
I
believe
think it's
that?
11th.
Is it 11? Well done,
think
Stephen.
so.
I knew it was something around that. I cannot believe that this is even a contender. We were saying maybe top 20 because, you know, she's been everywhere, but I thought the way the charts are at the minute, like it's so tough just on physicals even, isn't it really, for an artist like her?
So the original didn't get
Yeah.
anywhere. It didn't get top 10. The second version, I don't think hit the top 40.
I think it was 36, Gary. I think it scraped in, didn't it? It might have been
you
around
go.
40. Yeah. So I kind of thought maybe if it's top 10, then, well, you know, great. What a result. But it is looking like she's going to be number one.
Yeah,
So it's
got
quite
bitch.
timely, this is. Yeah.
Yeah, for the album that nobody wanted or nobody knew we wanted. But let's not make this a Kylie Christmas podcast. But we've already talked about XAMS. I still think it's a bop. But can we all show some love for Hot in December? Like
Hot in December.
fucking
June. Yeah, it's good.
That's very good.
June age.
She's dead right. Well, she said that it was a filthy little pop song wrapped up as a Christmas song because she's clearly
Yeah.
talking about getting it, isn't she? But it is a great little bop, isn't it?
After months and months and months, managed to get ourselves to the final two albums. We've boiled it down to between Fever and Light Years. The plan is now we are going to flip the Kylie coin one last time, and then we will land on one of the albums to start with, either Fever or Light Years, and we will spend some time just bathing in how lovely they are and enjoying
Nice.
a good
Nice
old chat about each one. And then once we've kind of come to the end of the discussion for both albums, we will do a Strictly Come Dancing-esque voting system where we will all take turns to vote on which one we think should be the top album, and then we will finally come to the best Kylie album and a conclusion.
A conclusion, yes.
So the difference tonight is we all get a vote. It's not just Elliot who gets a vote, and our two lovely guests also get a vote. However,
Exactly.
if it is a draw and it is 2-2, Elliot will be the final person to vote, and Elliot will get the casting vote. So no pressure, Elliot, but it could.
Just call her Shirley Ballas.
The outfit tonight is very Shirley Ballas. Show off your sparkles to camera, Elliot. Show us your sparkly tits. Come on.
These little things, this little number.
It's got warm
My
in
little
here.
disco number.
Are you okay there, James? Do you need
I
some
just need to
water
have
or more
some
wine?
I'm more concerned about Stephen. Are you okay, Stephen?
I'm all good.
You look warm.
We've all
Yeah,
love you,
yeah,
Elliot, but put
yeah.
them away. Put them
They're
away.
probably the
Never.
most, they might be in the
Thank you,
top
Gary.
5 most famous tits in Manchester, I think, are they? They're definitely
If
in the top
only.
5.
If
Who wants to go first?
right, who wants to decide which side of the coin is which album? I guess.
Should we assign heads to Light Years, tails to Fever? Happy with that?
Heads, light years, tails, fever. Got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, ready? Okay then. It's heads.
What was that again? Heads.
Light
was-
years.
I'm
Light
glad
years.
Stephen's here because I'm fucking
Fucking-
I didn't
I
say
was
it,
really
actually. I
hoping somebody
blanked.
else would say, what was it again? Okay. Well, listen, I think in the spirit of Christmas, and to thank you guys for taking the time out of your probably quite busy lives to come and spend an hour with us, we'll let the guys go first. So, Stephen, why don't you start?
Right, Light Years. I'd listened to both albums yesterday constantly, and I was out for a walk when Light Years came on, and I realised that it's such a fucking good album because most of the tracks are at international gay walking pace. The BPM is exactly the same as Gays Take Their
Yes.
Steps. It's such a good album, but there's a couple of bullshit tracks on it. Like, can we just bomb out Cuckoo, please?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, great.
I would agree.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Bittersweet Goodbye is
Right. No, get out. Absolutely not. No.
it's one of her worst ballads.
No, you're wrong.
Well,
You're wrong.
fight me. But
It's
fucking
beautiful.
Butterfly pulls it back.
Can I
Butterfly
ask,
pulls-
Stephen, what age were you when it came out? So 2000.
20?
You were 20. I mean, that is such an age. I was talking last week about, because I'm quite romantic about Light Years. It's just because that was such a fantastic time in music, wasn't it? 2000.
Yeah.
So she came right back in the middle of this pop explosion. Now, for young gay boys in their 20s, like, we just love all that pop music, don't we?
Yeah, of course. We love.
Yeah. And if I didn't know that I liked boys before the video for Please Stay is one of the hottest videos ever.
Yeah. Was that your awakening, so to speak?
I was bi at the time.
Yeah.
Had a female partner, but Please Stay. I was just like, I'm going with them.
It was a very different time, to what it is now, I think, in terms of the kind of pop that we get now. But
But I think as well, we got the pop, but as Stephen was saying, we also got like full on dance. Butterfly was like absolute dance. Even like So Now Goodbye is kind of, it's not as dance as Butterfly. It's not
It's up there.
Yes, and it's not in line
Yeah.
with the singles.
The brilliance of the run of singles, though, I think if anything for me, Light Years feels like it's just maybe not as cohesive. I felt like there was maybe 3 or 4 different styles going on.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like it was an album that was put together as an album. It was some songs.
Yeah, lots of different writers. I was looking at all the credits last night. There's a who's who of writers on there that I hadn't realized. But it just feels to me like maybe the 4 singles are amazing. I don't like Kids, like you, Gary, not been a fan. Attaching herself to him at the time, I think I mentioned this before, was just about the coolest thing you could have done in the year 2000. The star power went through the roof. It was just fucking great to have her back, and for her to be having hits again.
I have to argue here about having her back. Is like Kylie didn't go anywhere. Like, this is the thing that annoys me about this album. Kylie was always around. After Impossible Princess, she didn't disappear. She was doing Moulin Rouge. She was in acting in The Cut and Simple People. She was at the opening of a lot of festivals in Australia. She was touring pretty much constantly. But the whole thing about this album is like it's return to form. But Kylie never went away. So it's always kind of this idea that somehow Light Years was her welcome back to the world stage, but she never went anywhere. And it's kind of odd that there's only like 3 years between this and the last album that people kind of wrote her off. And it's like,
I love that James is putting you in your place. Like, we've waited fucking weeks for this. James, you should have been here every week. When she says bad stuff, just cut her down. Like, I love this.
No, I never said that about. But I was going to ask James for a perspective on, because one thing I'm always really fascinated, because me and my stats and stuff and about chart positions, just love it. But weirdly, when Kylie is really successful in the UK and mainland Europe, she tends to flop in Australia, and then vice versa.
well, there's 2 things. One is Australia has the tall poppy syndrome. So as soon as someone else starts to get successful overseas, we try to cut them down like the tall poppy. So it's kind of this swings and roundabouts. We like you to be successful enough to be noticed, but not so successful that it feels like you've forgotten your roots. And so whenever Kylie sort of age of success overseas, where everyone's like, well, she's forgotten what it's like to be Australian, we kind of turn on her. And then she comes back to Australia and then acts in Kath and Kim or does something quintessentially Australian. And we're like, oh no, we really do love you, Kylie. She'll get really successful. And then we were like, how dare she get so successful? What a bitch she is. She's forgotten who she is. And then she'll come back and throw us a few more crumbs. It was like, no, we love you, all is forgiven. So it's this kind of push-pull a lot with Australia. Is like, And it happens with all our celebrities and stars. We want you to be successful enough, but not so successful that you forget where you come from.
Do
Yeah.
you think she gets away with it more now, James, because she's moved back to Australia? Because it seems like with Padam, she's now global again, but Australia didn't leave her this time. Like they've got back on board, but maybe that's because she actually physically went back to Australia.
I think it's one because she's physically there. Plus, she's a lot more Australian in her interviews and stuff now. There was a period there. Do you remember in the 90s where she had like this affected British accent and everyone was like, that's a bit weird for a woman
Yeah.
from, suburban
God.
Melbourne. We've all seen play Charlene. Plus, she's also just reached that level of fame now where she can do nothing wrong. Like, unless she works up, she's in the Epstein files. Like, there's not a lot that Kylie can do that will sort
Let's
of
not tempt fate now.
James, what do you love about Light Years, other than the fact that she wasn't coming back from nowhere? She was just, continuing the trajectory. What do you love about Light Years?
Look, what I can say about Light Years is it came out when I was in my last year of high school, and it was kind of during the Sydney Olympics. And for anyone in Sydney or in Australia at the time, it was just a very fun place to be. It was the world's attention was in Sydney. Everyone was in a good mood. Everyone was really optimistic. And then this album comes out and it's very fun. It sort of reflects what Sydney's going through at the time. And it feels like a very Sydney record. Like it's sunshine and pop and disco, and it's slightly naff, and it's just a little bit dated, but also kind of fun and you don't care. I think it kind of really resonates that much.
Can I ask
Yeah.
James a question? James, as
Yeah.
as someone who was living in Sydney during Light Years, and did you go to one of the arena shows in Sydney though when she did the I'm Like This tour?
No, because I was doing my final year of school, so it was all study. I really wanted to.
Stephen, can I just ask one question for both of you? So what is your favorite song on the record on Light Years?
Oh, good question.
Ooh, Butterfly, probably, quickly followed by Password.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Oh, really? Actually, I don't really rate Password. Okay, so you're going to go for Butterfly. James, what's your favorite song?
I like Your Disco Needs You. I think that's campness at its best.
Choice.
And it was
Yeah.
like, that is the anthem for every Sydney Mardi Gras that has ever been since, is Your Disco Needs You. It's kind of set
Really?
the scene for Sydney.
I think it is this thing kind of jewel in the crown, isn't it? What about you, Elliot? What's your favorite song on the album?
Yeah, mine is Your Disco Needs You. I think that's my one that stands up to me the most.
What's yours, Alan? What's your favorite track?
I'm going to go, this is basic as fuck, but I'm going to say that my favorite is Spinning Around. I just love that record. And I also really like the one which is on the pool table. Please say, I can never remember the name of that. I always mix it up and come in, but I think Spinning Around is just June, I'm going to go with the number one.
You've all forgotten an absolute classic, which is my favorite song, and I can't believe that I have 4 gays on the line at me tonight, and no one has said Disco Down. Like, come on,
Yeah.
where are you, Disco Down
Yeah.
lands?
It's middling.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
love
You
it.
can,
I don't
you
love
can
it.
middle off,
Ouch.
Stephen. Middle off.
But I mean, on a night like this is so good as well. And the era,
Classic.
you have to give them snaps, because I think the era, as well as it being a comeback of sorts for us in Europe, let me just make that clear before James just to chomp my head off again. So for me, it's just that whole era is packed with like just excitement for her coming back, her looking amazing, and then her finally saying, right, fucking, I'm going to make a great pop album. And I think it really deserves its place in the top 2.
Let's give Light Years a cheers. Cheers to Light Years.
Chin chin.
James, why don't you tell us your thoughts on Fever?
Why doesn't someone else go first and then I'll come in at the end?
No, I think you should go first, babe. We're on knife's edge here. Knife's edge.
So Fever, when I got my first actual job I could tell people about, it was at a bookstore in Sydney on George Street called Dimmicks, which is like a very big place. And there used to be this really camp guy that ran the art department, and he put on Fever when it first came out, non-stop, like 24/7 in a Christmas time rush, listening to Fever ad nauseum. And over the course of that album, that Christmas period, I went from absolutely hating it, thinking it was the worst thing I've ever heard, to thinking it is the best thing I've ever listened to in my entire life. And I love Fever. I think it is everything I want from Kylie. It's new, it's bold, it's different, it's her taking control, being commercial, but doing it in a way that setting a trend rather than following one, which is my problem with Light Years, is just kind of following a trend, whereas that Fever is her setting the pace and setting the standard. And she's like, fuck everyone else of you bitches that have come after me, you young starlets. This is this level you need to meet, and you're going to meet me here or not. And so I love Fever. I think it's one of her best albums. Not as good as Impossible Princess, but still. up there.
Controversial.
And I think it all starts with that. It's sometimes I think Kylie suffers from choosing a bad lead single. And I don't think that happened on Fever. Initially, I did not like Can't Get You Out of My Head. Initially, I thought it was like, what is this? It's weird. It's too clubby. I don't really understand it. But once you sort of gets into your head, like exactly like the song says, as soon as it gets into your brain, it just does not leave until it's sort of giving you some sort of Stockholm syndrome
lobotomy.
you over, and you just cannot ever get rid of that song. And it's sort of, you start to love it. And so much so that when it doesn't play, you somehow miss it, as though like part of your soul is somehow missing. And also props to living in Norfolk, props to Kathy Dennis, Norfolk's own Kathy Dennis, for writing that song, rejected by S Club 7.
I mean, you know what? I'm actually really fucking obsessed with Kathy Dennis. Like, come on, you know? And then I just remembered the other night that she wrote Come Into My World as well.
Yes,
I
they
forgot
delayed
that.
the album for it.
I forgot it. What a great songwriter she is.
Everything that came off Fever, Can't Get Out of My Head, In Your Eyes, Love at First Sight, Come Into My World, they are career-defining songs, and they're the first 4 songs off this album. And I still think Kylie's best film clip is on this album as well. Sometimes I think Kylie film clips are a bit naff. But Come Into My World, the one where she keeps on circling and they keep on adding more Kylies, or shows her that Paris street. That's the best Kylie film clip that has ever happened, bar none.
Stood the test of time. It's 24 years old now, and it's really still looks like it could have been made yesterday, you know? Way ahead of its time, that video. Brilliant. What about yourself then, Stephen? Give us your thoughts on Fever.
I mean, I could sum it up in 2 words, and it's basically no skips. It's a fucking brilliant album.
No skips.
There is nothing on this album that I pass over. And I mean, I've been trying not to give away my choice, but like that is my patio. So
if anyone's not watching, Steve just showed us this beautiful Kylie Bieber-esque tattoo on his arm.
like talking about Can't Get You Out of My Head, I loved that from the start. It's the only one now that I might skip because it's just so fucking overplayed.
Yeah.
It's a fucking brilliant song. Like, so good.
All the greatest songs in the world, though, are overplayed for a reason because they're just so beloved, aren't they? So I think you're right. It's just a kind of, we've heard it too much, but it doesn't detract from the fact that it's an amazing pop record.
I just, the fact that it closes on Burning Up as well, which is fucking amazing. Like, Burning Up is just one of the best tracks ever. And then it's got like Come Into My World, In Your Eyes, some of the best singles Kylie's ever released.
Can we talk about Fragile?
Beautiful. Like, not really a ballad, but close to, and just so beautiful. It's
top of your head, Gary, favorite song on Fever?
Dance Floor. On the Dance Floor.
Interesting choice.
You know me, I like to go for the deeper cuts.
I mean, is it Your Love? I think maybe I've only got a problem. I have one skip, Stephen. Oh, do you? I have one skip. I listened to this yesterday. I have one skip, and I think it might be Your Love. But you know what I discovered? Did anybody, I don't know, I'd never heard this till yesterday, and I don't know how this got past me, but I went on to the expanded edition of Fever on Spotify. Whenever you feel like it.
Feel like it. Yeah.
Like, was that just left off? Yeah, is it from Scooby-Doo? I did not know that. It's not a bad little song, you know. It's got a decent pre-chorus.
The Scooby-Doo soundtrack it's filmed in the Gold Coast in Australia, which is why Kylie's there. But it is actually one of my favorite soundtracks. But the particular Tightrope was a song that I really loved that was on Fever, which is a great song.
B-side.
I don't know if it was on the UK version, but on the Australian version, it was really good.
Was it on the Australian version? So it was a B-side in the UK, which is why I didn't include it. If I was thinking about an album track and that was it, that would be absolutely it. I'm with you.
Tightrope, yeah. Elliot, what about you? What's your favorite song on Fever?
I've got to hand it to probably repeating it, but Come Into My World, and it's because of the music video for it. Like it's just like you said before, that like when I got shown it the first time, I was just like that moment of just having to like watch it multiple times, and then my like logistical brain trying to think about like what, huh? And just like it just then it's one of those ones where you can then just like peel it back and just like look at all of the minute details and like how everything affects the domino and the butterfly effect of everything. It complements the song so well that I was just like, that's nice.
I think it's fair to say it was the last time she had a budget for a video. Like, let's be honest.
All the lovers have fucking budget.
I was going to say, that's where it is.
Okay, I stand corrected. But so few female artists can do what Kylie did in 2001, 14 years into your career. you know, by then she should have been washed up and gone, and we should be seeing her as a footnote. But instead, we're sitting here 37 years later, spending umpteen hours of our lives talking about this woman.
And
That
doing it on a week when she's about to go #1 in the album charts again in the UK. Like, there's no end. There is no end. Well, let's have a cheers to Fever, everyone.
chin
I
fever.
love doing this with
Cheers.
wine. We should have been doing wine all the way along, Alan. I mean, we would have been alcoholics. Oh yeah,
I'm
we would
going
have
to
been
have more
alcoholics,
wine.
but
Now you've mentioned
yeah.
it, you know. Everybody who's watching this is probably going, are these guys drunk? Oh, yes, we are. But we're also freewheeling a bit. Should we surmise? We all get a little summary, I suppose. But 2002, 2003 was Kylie's Imperial phase, right? You know, I know I was
And we
always
picked
talking
the
about.
2 albums from it.
Yeah, we did. But that wasn't our intention, though, was it?
No.
If it was
No,
left
not
to
at
me
all.
and Gary, this would be very different. And she kind of gave us everything you want from a pop star, right? I think they're flawless from start to finish. But I just want to say that for young gay boys, you know, she was like just a beacon for us. But the music is great too. There's lots of people who are very good with the gay audience, and they're great for us, and they support us, but they don't make lifelong music that we love forever. So
It's
she
true.
gives us the allyship rather, but then she gives us the fucking tunes too. She's not just lip service. Like, she says, well, here's some great fucking songs. And Fever is without doubt one of the most flawless pop dance albums I think ever made. I'm going to say that.
I think you're right. You know, there's not many artists who are doing the allyship like Kylie did. Actually, if you look at now, I think the only pop girl that's doing it really right is Jade. She's the only one who's really, truly doing
Yeah.
allyship right for the gays. But actually,
Totally.
to also be inclusive, one thing that's really surprised me about doing this podcast, as we're on the final episode, is the amount of people who've messaged us and who've been commenting on socials and stuff who aren't in the gay community, but still love her just as
Yeah,
much.
lots of women.
And a big shout out, and I'll be honest, they are mostly female, but a big shout out to them because
Hey.
they've all got a special place in her heart as well, or she's got a special place in their heart. And for different reasons, for those of us who
Yeah.
are part of this podcast,
Yeah.
I think this is why she's been on top of her game for so long, because her appeal is wide. So I say big up to everyone who's a Kylie fan.
My ears, I have to respect. It is a album that is fun. It's an easy listen. It is very, to me, it really does evoke what it was like to be in Sydney in 2000. It is a sunny, bright, disco-infused album. There's a lot of things to like about it, and I think that's true. It's just an album that kind of evokes a time and a place. And at the time, I was like, you know, finishing high school, the world was my oyster. That kind of optimism that Light Years has really kind of reflects my life at the time. Fever is another album where I was kind of in university and striking out on my own, making my own money, sort of living away from my family for the first time. And it kind of has that kind of more mature sound. And it's kind of, as someone who's very much was into pop music, it's kind of was pushing my boundaries, exploring more of the club scene. I was just getting into going out to nightclubs and stuff, kissing boys and other exciting things. So it has a very special part in my heart for those reasons.
no.
It kind of reminds me of getting off my face at a dance club to the midnight shift. Props to anyone from Sydney who remembers the midnight shift. And I have warm feelings about both albums.
James, I have warm feelings about your accent. When you were out in Sydney, were you getting your tits out in the clubs as well? Because I would have loved that.
See my tits out. All you have to do is ask.
I'll send you some pictures, Gary, once we wrap up the podcast.
Speak Australian to you is like, yeah, you sick cunt. Yeah.
Yeah. Call me a cunt in Australian accent. I'm there for that. Stephen, sum up your thoughts on these two eras and move us back to normality. Look, I've gone red.
I
Gone
can't
red.
promise that.
You started, Gary. Let's be honest. You started. So, yeah.
Both albums are fucking brilliant. Both albums have amazing pop songs on them. Both albums are just fucking joyful and beautiful and wonderful. I think Light Years is more musically accomplished. I think Fever is more fun. And both of them, if you're listening to them on your headphones when you're out for a walkie, they give you that cunty swish. Like, they just make you mince. They're fucking great. So, like, it's hard to choose between them.
I like that as a tagline, that they make you mince. I mean, that needs to go on a t-shirt, I think.
Unfortunately, Stephen, you're going to have to choose in a minute. But I think, Elliot, are we at point of where we're going to do our... I can't believe I'm about to say this, Alan. Can you believe the time has come? We're going to do our
Drum roll.
final...
Yeah, I know I am. I do.
Yeah,
I've
I
been
think
very
it
excited
is.
about this moment. We just
I
need to
think
do
it
it
is
now.
time. Yes, I
But
think
can I
it's
just say,
time
I
for.
still don't know what
Go
I'm
on.
voting. I don't know what I'm voting.
Oof,
Oh no, you
Um,
must now. You
oof,
must now.
oof.
So I
No,
came
come
in
on.
with an idea. I came in with an idea tonight of what I wanted to vote, and listening to some of the other insights into the albums tonight, I'm torn. I'm like Natalie and
No,
Brulia.
So
no.
yesterday I was really unsure about which way I was going to vote, and I texted
Jay.
loads of people. I texted a lot of people. You can only listen to 2 Kylie albums. Between these 2, you can only pick one to listen to for the rest of your life. And when they replied, and they replied wrong, then I knew what I was choosing.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm sure there's a logic in
Right.
there somewhere, Stephen. I'm sure there's a logic in there. Struggling with that at the minute.
Well, when they said the particular one, I was like, "Nah, you're fucking wrong. Fuck off."
I think it's fair to say
Why
that
I
Stephen knows his mind. I think
Yeah.
Stephen knows his mind. What about
Well,
you then, Elliot? What about you? Tell us if I know you weren't even born when some of the albums we discussed, Elliot, throughout the podcast. Elliot wasn't even born when they came
That's
out.
disgusting.
Yeah, we're not gonna
It
we're not gonna
is. It's like,
discuss the
you know,
age
yeah.
ranges I
Yeah,
was for
damn
these
you.
couple
you
albums.
twink,
Damn you.
you big twink.
Damn you for being born in the 90s. How dare you?
I
But
know, I
You
know.
know, for you, because I know you were saying that you kind of discovered a lot of Kylie stuff throughout the podcast, haven't you? So
Yeah.
maybe we'll ask you a different question. How do you feel about Kylie Minogue as an artist now? Say about how you felt about her when we first started. So I'm being all interviewer now, aren't I? But
Ooh.
You really are.
how do you feel about her now then, in terms of having had a massive deep dive into every one of her albums?
I like to see the pathway that she's taken. I feel like it's really interesting to see the sort of more and more as the years kind of came across more and more of herself. And like I've said before in the past, like her ability to write and sort of like put her own impression on her work has been really interesting to see. And sort of even just like looking back on like, because I knew album titles, but I couldn't tell you what order they came out in. So like understanding and finding out where certain songs fall in her history has just been really, really interesting to sort of understand and be like, oh, so that's where like
Yeah.
In Your Eyes is.
Yeah.
And like that's where like Can't Get You Out of My Head sits in everything. And just
Yeah.
it's been interesting to sort of see the sort of lineage that she has in a way, I feel. And yeah, I mean she's still great pop.
The other words we need to respond though is "You're welcome, Elliot." Like we've taken you on that
Yeah,
journey
yeah.
through
Our
your
pleasure.
Uncle Gary, your Uncle Gary
Kicking
and
and
your
screaming.
Uncle Alan have taken you there, and you are welcome.
Ever
You
so.
touched on something there that I'd like to ask everybody, because how I feel about Kylie, maybe I'm wrong, and if you can pick a song to prove me wrong, then do it. But Kylie is one of those rare artists who, like every single, let's just maybe focus on the singles, sounds like a Kylie record. Like she's instantly
Yeah.
recognizable. Do you get me? As an artist, when you hear her, you go, oh yeah, I can see why she's done this. Whereas, like, let's take Madonna again as an example. Okay, she has over the years made albums where she has really flummoxed her fan base. Have another drink, Gary. Yeah, she's really flummoxed her fan base by releasing a record where they go, like, how do I consume this? I mean, maybe you'll know what I mean, Stephen. Some Madonna really just, she kind of just sometimes drives people crazy. But every single Kylie song, when you hear it, you think, yeah, that's a Kylie Minogue record.
But I think that's kind of the point of Madonna. Madonna does it to change it up all the time.
She fucking
Kylie is consistent.
piss everybody off, I think. She does a lot of stuff just to wind everyone up.
Do you not think Kylie's a bit safe sometimes?
There are times, there are times when maybe she could have pushed the envelope a little bit further. But then I understand that she's very brilliant at brand Kylie, more so
Yes,
than any
exactly
other female
that.
artist. Lots of female artists have lost that somewhere along their career. Everything she delivered to us was very much on Kylie brand, sometimes not as good as previous or not as good as
Kylie
what was
tried to
come.
deviate with Impossible Princess, and I think that was her. It was really her. And then she went, it's not fucking selling. Let's go back to the safe stuff. And that's fine.
I don't think that that's why she did that. I think what she was doing was she was kicking back against, I'd say that was more the press and the reaction and then maybe the failure. Let's factor failure in. So I think like all of us, I went to a fucking emo phase for a little while. Like, can you imagine? Like, come on. I guess, I see Impossible Princess as her, as a, kicking back against the record companies and everything else. Not that it was a bad move. Do you know what I mean? I can't cope anymore now. He's not able to cope.
Alan, Alan, read the room. Look at James. He's fucking fuming. You just called like Impossible Princess a failure, like it didn't sell. And James is fuming. He's our guest. Will you just treat our guests with more respect, please?
James is the one that you invited.
Then James knows I love him to bits.
The bigger comparison to Kylie is actually Dolly Parton, I think. I think they're both artists that have had long careers, have played in multiple genres, but have remained very true to who they are as a core. Very beloved by people. And I think part of their charm is the fact they're not offensive to people. Like they just don't offend any particular part of their audience. Madonna is not that person. Madonna's brand is to be offensive sometimes and to push.
Yeah.
And I'm not a huge Madonna fan, but I admire that about her. The fact that she's not unsure of just pissing people off for the sake of pissing people off. So when people make these comparisons to Madonna, I get it because they're both pop stars of a certain age that have been in the industry a while. But they have very different strategies for their longevity. And I think Kylie's is actually working out slightly better than Madonna's at the moment because
100%.
Understatement. Yeah.
Call me Madonna when you've got a Christmas album that's been released for the third time that's about to hit #1. Like, just fucking call
Third
me.
time's a
And
charm.
look, I think it's fair to say that Madonna or Kylie has a way bigger and more loyal fan base in the UK than Madonna. And I never thought I'd say that. I never thought I'd say that, but look at the stats, look at the figures. Then Madonna can't be bothered promoting anything, which is what I kind of put that down to. If she actually got off her fucking arse and came here and did if she went on the one show, God forbid, Kylie is not afraid to go on the one show, fair play to her. And she's not, she gets in there and gets her fucking, she gets her hands dirty. Whereas Madonna just sits in her pad in LA going, I ain't doing no
It would
fucking
kill to see
promo.
Madonna on the one show.
I mean, it wouldn't be something. She
Well,
might actually get a fucking #1 if she's promoted something. But, Kylie would have a much more loyal and bigger fan base in the UK than Madge now. The tables have turned. Took 37 years, but they turned. Yeah.
I think
Absolutely.
Kylie wants a fan base. Madonna doesn't give a shit. She is who she is, and she's
No,
happy with
that's
that.
true as well. There's lots of factors with Madonna, but mostly she doesn't give a flying fuck.
Madonna's made her money. Kylie has to release 27 varieties to get it.
Jesus, girl. Wow, fucking hell, you are brave. I'm going to distract everyone with my Christmas tree. Okay? Take that back, Stephen. Just don't say that. You've got no idea what you're walking into, Stephen. You've got no idea.
Come on. This fucking deluxe online
danger,
version
girl.
of Kylie Christmas 3 is fucking ridiculous.
Excuse me, you get you get 2 wallpapers for your phone and a colouring in book. I mean, what else do you want?
Tell the truth, Gary. Tell the truth, Gary. Did you buy that after
You
you
bought it,
texted us
haven't you, Gary?
earlier? Did you?
So if I was living
did,
in
didn't
the
you?
UK, no. If I was living in the UK because it's only £5 and it was going to count towards the charts, I would have bought it. But because I'm living in Spain, it won't count
Doesn't
towards the
need
charts,
it.
so I haven't bought it. Shouldn't need it.
Doesn't need it. I mean, it's 5 to 9. There's 3 hours till midnight. She doesn't need it. She's there.
She's there.
I'll be eating my words tomorrow morning when she's #2. But, for now, let me live in a fantasy world.
I now know why we haven't been drinking wine throughout this whole season, because the last 10 minutes made no sense, and we'll
just cut it out. Cut it out.
No. We'll make fun of it. We'll make this happen. But we need to vote.
Yeah.
We do. I feel like we should start with Stephen first. If you'd like to be the first
Here
one.
we go. Elliot, just
Fun
plopping
to
on us
cast
like
your
that. Let's
vote.
get ready. Hang on. Don't hang on. Wait now.
He's the adjudicator. He can do what he likes.
I know. Just plopped it on us like that. Okay, I think I'm ready.
You can plop it on
And
me.
once she's ready, I'll
whenever you
go.
want to.
I'm
Yeah?
ready.
What's your
Fever.
vote?
Okay.
So we have one vote
one for Fever.
Okay, then who should we have next? I think we should have James next. Which album are you going to choose?
Light Years. No, Fever.
I was just going to say, you absolute hypocrite. But
that
no.
was brilliant
Okay.
timing.
Bit of comedy gold there from James. Well done.
2 for Fever. Alan, do you want to pick your?
Yeah.
What are you
I'm just going to get straight to the point. Yeah, I'm going to go. And I'm sorry that I kind of nullify the rest of the show now, but it's Fever for me.
George.
It's Fever.
Yeah,
for
Gary,
me.
you don't count anymore.
Goodness gracious!
It's Fever for me. I really hoped you were going to ask Gary first, so we'd have more of a cliffhanger. But yeah, having listened to, I went to it with fresh ears yesterday. I hadn't listened to either of them for a while, but then I thought I've got to go top to toe on these 2 albums, and Fever's a more accomplished record. Yeah, overall.
Gary's face.
Yeah.
I am appalled.
Well,
Alan.
Sorry.
Go
Sorry,
on,
Gary.
Gary.
So I know I said
what
I
is
had.
yours?
Well, now that it doesn't matter because Fever has won. However, just so people know, I did have an epiphany in the last episode and I did vote and I pushed for Fever because I adore Fever, but I was absolutely going to vote for Light Years. Sorry. Like, I was
Ooh, that's
totally voting for Light
interesting.
Years.
That's interesting.
Elliot, what would you have voted for? Not that it matters because Fever's won, but what would you have voted for?
I think that, and this is just my sort of like thought process, is that it basically goes down to the fact that she perfected what she was doing on Light Years on Fever. So it has to kind of go to Fever, I feel. Like
You're all
there was the
wankers.
product of Light Years is more refined in Fever, I feel.
So we
And
have a
that's
winner.
so yeah,
Fever.
it's
Chin
a
chin to
4-1
Fever.
to Fever.
To the shock of absolutely nobody watching this, it is Fever. It is Fever that has triumphed. So, well done. Well done. Yeah.
Do you remember when we first started talking about doing this
Yeah.
podcast, like in
I do.
2024, right? And I was like, yeah, I'll totally do it. Because you had the idea about the battle. I was like, I'll totally do it, but we're not letting Fever win because
Yeah.
it's too obvious.
Really?
That was like
Yeah.
that was the mantra, and we've just fucking let Fever win.
But it's hard,
Like,
it's
I
hard to
accept
deny.
it. It's a brilliant album. Cheers,
It's hard
ching,
to
ching,
deny.
ching. Come on, we're better than that, gays. We're fucking better.
But the
If it was
fact that you
popular
had to
doesn't mean
say
it's bad.
Fever wouldn't win proves that it should win.
Well, I mean, look, I think, yeah, you're probably right, Stephen. Actually, I agree with you. I was saying to James the other night, like, if you listen to watch any top 10 Kylie album countdown, Fever always wins. But, at the end of the day, it is her magnum opus. Say what you want about the album, but peak pop star at that point in time, like, deserved winner.
We have to caveat that it wins despite Can't Get You Out of My Head, because Can't Get You Out of My Head isn't what won it. Everything else is.
Come on, Gary, you have to admit, there's no way we could walk away from this saying Light Years is better than Fever.
So what I didn't tell you is the comments on Instagram before today are absolutely not agreeing with this. So we asked the question on
Ooh,
Instagram,
interesting.
and like 90% of our followers on Instagram have commented back to say Light Years. So I think we could have gone away with Light Years. But I want to do something. Do you ever remember the X Factor? Do you remember?
Yes, of course.
And
we
at the
do,
very
yeah.
last
Yeah,
show,
good
they
show.
would always say, like, who they would have someone who, on like week one of the live shows, they would have put a name in an envelope of who they think is going to win. And we weren't clever enough to put an album in an envelope on week one because we were just saying tonight, like, if you listen back to episode 1, we've no fucking clue what we're doing. We still don't have a clue now, but we less clue then. But I'm going to ask the question.
A prize, if you want something, if you want a tidbit, even though I was the one flipping the coin all this time, it was actually Alan that was the first person to flip the coin.
Really?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was. Yeah. I listened to
Why
the
did
first
you flip
episode
the
again.
coin?
I don't know.
Because we were basically deciding on the fly how we were going to decide how things were going to work.
We've chosen the winner by the wheel. Cheers to Fever, everyone. Get the fucking wine
Chin
glasses
to
out again.
Fever.
Come on.
Yes.
Chin to Fever.
Yes, Queen.
Ever, of all of us, let's ask everybody the question to finish off the episode. Of all the albums, I think I might know what James's might well be. If you were to put an album in the envelope on week 1 that says this is the album I think should win, what would it have been? I'm going to go, Stephen, you first, babe. Tell me, what's your album?
KM94, My Kylie Awakening.
Love that for you. Amazing. Yeah. James?
So mine's 2. The album I actually think is Kylie's best album is Impossible Princess. The album I enjoy the most is actually X. I think X is a great album. But I do think musically and in terms of Kylie, Impossible Princess is her best album.
Love it.
Michelle,
give us the name. What is the name?
I'm going to say it, but I think, again, it's about how I felt at the time and what she meant at the time. And it was her flop era. And I was worried she was never going to be seen again. Like, and fucking let's get to it. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm sorry. It's not so much the music. Like, I know the music is a bit lame, but when I hear those songs, I'm immediately in 1991 again, and I'm at the Point Depot, and I'm 17.
We were there.
And I'm having, we were there, and I'm just having this amazing relationship with her. As in, like, well, girl, what the fuck are you doing? But for me, it evokes the happiest memories I have of being a Kylie fan.
I'm going to give you mine next because then Elliot, I'm going to ask you the question to finish the season off as the person who's had the kind of closing
Because
judgment.
there is a season 2 coming, everybody. Yeah, we're going to do it all again. We have been
Girl.
commissioned by Warner Brothers to put a second season together. Just I don't know how we're going to do a cliffhanger, you know? I love how you said the first season. Please tell me there's not a second season. It is.
It's lost
Somebody cancel us already.
Right. So my favorite album, if I would have picked it at the time, and maybe it's because it's kind of recency bias, whatever, but I would have put Tension in the envelope. Tension means a lot to me. It means a lot to a lot of people. There's some dubs on Tension, but there's some tracks on Tension that I just think, as well as Padam, that are just the epitome of Kylie. The second would have been Disco, by the way. Disco's
Yeah.
absolutely second for me, but
Yeah.
I would have gone Tension. Let's crack on and finish it. Everyone else is pissed, to be honest.
Hooray, because everyone
Yeah.
finished their wine then.
Drunk? Yes.
Well done.
Amazing.
I am officially drunk. Yeah.
Elliot, the final question of the episode goes down to you. What would it be if you had to pick an album now? Because beforehand you didn't know them all, but now you know them. Would you have picked Fever, or would there be another album?
Well, I guess kind of leaning on what Alan was talking about beforehand about like memories and stuff. Because mine gateway point was Aphrodite. Like, I really enjoy that album. There's a few bits of it that I just remember really fondly.
And
There's like
Aphrodite's fucking great, but I feel old right now.
yeah. Hey, Stephen, welcome to the club. I've had fucking 8 months of this. 8 months of feeling like an old man. Every time Elliot
I
says,
was
well, I
over
wasn't
30 at the
actually
time.
born then, you know?
If memory serves you correctly, I think that came out when I was. Oh, my brain's going back 19.
Please don't. Fuck
Right,
off.
so
19 or
that's
20.
the end of the podcast. It's been lovely to see you all. Elliot was 19 when Aphrodite came out. Like, I can't deal
I feel like
with
I'm in
that.
the register now for something.
In your defense, it's a good choice. Aphrodite is a great album. This has been a joy to be part of. Alan and Elliot, I've loved doing this with you boys. Stephen and James, thank you for being here for our final
Yes,
episode.
thank you.
It is the end of Time Bomb for now. We'll leave it at that. It is the end for now. But to anyone who's listened, and we've had people listening in like Australia, UK, Ireland, random places across the
Uganda.
world. Uganda.
Yeah. Ethiopia. I mean, we could name them all.
We know it's not been massive. We know it's been generally a small group of people who've listened to this, but we genuinely have just loved it. And to anyone who's listened and is still listening, God love you. And thank you for being a part of it. You've made us happy gays.
To mirror what Gary said, it's been so much fun, honestly. It's been like going to a psychiatrist, I think, for me, because, you know, half the time I'm on the edge and I'm like, oh God, I'm going to fall over. But it genuinely was, you know, it's been so good to talk to friends about nonsense and Kylie Minogue and everything else every 2 weeks. And then to have, even if only one person had followed us and listened to the whole lot, it would have made it worthwhile because we're making somebody's week, aren't we? So thanks to everybody who listened. I genuinely really enjoyed it. It was so much fun. And we probably will be back. I just need to think of a format. Need something new.
We'll see.
We'll think of something and we might be back. But we are doing a Christmas special. Let's not forget that.
But you just let the cat out of the bag. I was trying to be all coy about it, Alan.
No, we have to tell them or else they won't know, will they? We have to tell them, don't we? We're like, what the fuck? They're back again doing some Christmas special. We got to tell them what the fuck we're doing. So we think, probably, yes, most likely, we will do a special on the Xmas album. Christmas album. Kylie Christmas. Kylie Christmas
Fully
album.
wrapped.
Makeable.
Yeah.
Because
Because,
that's the whole point.
Oh.
It's going to be number one in about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And I feel we didn't include it, Gary, did we? Because we just thought it wasn't really a proper studio album, which is a bit unfair because they were all recorded in the studio, but they were covers mostly. So we're going to talk about the 3 iterations of the album and then maybe just talk about how fabulous it is to have Kylie Minogue at fucking number one in the album charts on the last night of our podcast. Hopefully, unless Sam Fender sells a load of albums between now and 2.5 hours, we have another Kylie Minogue number one album. So amazing.
Elliot, from me and Alan, well done for trying to keep us in check for the last however long. I think you will be glad that we didn't drink wine every week up until now.
God, yeah. No, can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Thank you for being our adjudicator. Thank you for making great decisions when I won and shit decisions when Alan won.
And also, before you say any more, all of Elliot's vests are available to buy now at elliotcrutchley.com. You
Imagine.
can buy a selection of what he's been wearing at Elliot.com in case you're interested.
Pre-worn and then sent to James, and he can then wear them with an Australian accent, and I'm wet. There we go.
Yeah, I knew there'd be a way to make it work.
Can we do a quick hello to James's husband too? Because I had a wonderful conversation with. He's also called Elliot, right?
Yes, Elliot.
Yes, he's also called Elliot.
Great
And
choice
He
of
would have
name.
voted.
Lovely, lovely. Wouldn't he? There you go. Love for light years. But I had a chat with Elliot, and yeah, he's the guy who only became a fan. James, this is right. He only became a fan when Pajam went to
Yes,
number
Timebomb
8.
is his entryway to Kylie. So
How
he's
do you go your
Australian
whole
without-
life as a gay man without getting into Kylie Minogue? That's amazing.
It was just, I think he was in different circles of drug use and trance music.
Each to their own.
Now moved into Kylie as he's aged into a mature age gay.
Right, guys, we got to end this.
Yeah.
I know.
Let's go.
Thank
We have
you.
to. Yes.
Thank you to our guests tonight. Thank you to Stephen. You're a legend, our #1 fan. You recognized me. You're a legend. So thanks for being there. And James, we knew you loved Impossible Princess, but you came tonight and you showed up. Round of applause for you.
Well
Thank you
done. Thanks to both of you.
so,
Thank
so
you.
much.
Yes.
Boys, that's been it. Time bomb.
It has.
Let's
My
get it right
goodness.
for the final time. What the fuck is the name of this podcast?
You have been listening to the Timebomb Kylie Album Showdown podcast. So thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Good night. Good night, and thank you.
See ya. Bye.
See ya.
Bye, everyone.